Now, I do want to say this. Okay, we've talked about Baker. The defense, right, on in Carolina, I think is underrated, right? I think people forget this team was ranked second in the NFL in total yards allowed. Second. Right now, the run defense wasn't that good, right? They ranked 18th in rushing yards allowed, but their pass defense was hellacious. They were fourth in passing. They only averaged allowed about 192 yards per game. So defensively, I like them. I know they lost Gilly and Bouye, but they still have their number one guy in J.C. Horn, who looked really good in that small sample size we saw him, but he looked very, very, very good. Um, they got Dante Jackson, who's got hella speed for a cornerback. He ran a 4.32. CJ Henderson for what he is. He was a former ninth overall pick for whatever that means to you. He was traded for a third rounder, so I guess you can he didn't really pan out in Jacksonville. I mean, he's got the size 6'1", 204. He can run fast, but we're
He's
gonna have
fighting
to
off
see.
that bust label right now. Him
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Jeff Okuda, man.
yeah.
I
So
didn't mention
I mean,
Jeremy Chin.
at least
Yeah.
he's not asked to do the most because he's gonna be the number three guy most likely. So maybe he can perform much better in that position. Um, in the back end, they got Jeremy Chin, who they drafted in the second round 2 years ago out of South Illinois. He's a freaking when I started looking at his numbers for his body type and whatnot, I was like, holy crap, dude. 6'3", 220, runs a 4.45, a 41-inch vertical, and let his both he's played 2 seasons in the NFL. Both seasons he's had over 100 plus tackles. He's going to be a problem. And then they brought in Xavier Woods, who most famously played for the Cowboys, who's a solid starting caliber safety on the other side. So I look at the defense, and I forgot to mention they're kind of like main guy on the D line, Brian Burns, who's an animal in the pass rush, and they brought in Matt I does anybody know how to say that last name? He played for the Commanders.
Yeah, I'll have to pop up on Ioannidis.
Ion, yeah, whatever. He's very good. He can create a push and a pressure up the middle, especially against pocket quarterbacks, and most famously the quarterback in the NFC South is Tom Brady. So he's going to be able to get the pressure up the middle in those games. Shaq Thompson, I think, is going to be ready for the start of the season. Um, so I look at their defense is pretty damn solid, man, and I believe in Baker. I think they got the talent on the offense to succeed. I think Baker can galvanize the troops, and I see them as I believe in Baker. I believe in the intangibles. I believe I believe what I saw 2 years ago is the true Baker Mayfield, not what I saw last year and his second year in the NFL.
I'm sorry, man. I don't believe in Sir Purr and the Panthers. I'm not hopping on the train. Like I said, anything that can go wrong probably will. I don't think this team is durable enough to play a whole season. I don't think, and it's unfortunate. I don't know how many times we'll be able to say we're going to see Baker, CMC, DJ Moore, and Robbie on the same field. I don't. I don't think we'll have that opportunity to. I'm off of this train. I'm rolling with Atlanta coming third.
So let me ask you this question for you guys: is Baker on the Carolina team next year? And if no, where is he?
No, I think he'll
So
be in Seattle.
Seattle? Where do you think he is, Justin?
I don't know where he'll be, but he'll definitely be competing for a job. I don't think wherever he ends up, he'll be a shoe-in starter. I think this place is like the Giants. We spoke about the Giants our last NFL episode. Who knows where they're going to be at next season? You know,
So do you think Baker Mayfield wins the starting job before the regular season? Because Matt Rule said that they're going to name the starting quarterback after the last preseason game.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
You think Baker wins it out?
Hmm. like I said, I don't think it's very difficult. He's the clear cut best quarterback in that room.
And they play the Browns week 1, so if Baker's starting, who wins that game?
That is
I got Carolina, man. I do.
So Baker
I can see them.
gets his vengeance?
Last year they started off 3-0 against some crappy opponents. I think they may have been New Orleans. I think this year they'll get off to a solid start again where there's hope. I think kind of like a Jets fan, I think the Panthers might get off to a solid start this year, and then it all comes crashing down toward the end of the year. I think it really depends on one, the offensive line improving. How good is Aquanu? Along Taylor Moton on the right side, Bozeman and Corbett. Corbett's improved a lot from his days in Cleveland. That's a solid. I think that can be pretty good, but it's mediocre right now. If they can improve and CMC stays healthy, this team actually can win 7 or 8 games. But if CMC doesn't stay healthy, and Hubbard's literally not their feature back, but he's their main man they're going to again and again, this is a 4-win team, honestly.
So that first game is in Carolina.
I'll take
Yeah,
Cleveland.
Do you think Baker loses his first game as a Carolina Panther?
I think so.
This is an ultimate toss-up because, like, a few years ago, the Browns lost the Titans week 1. I think Mariota's last year starting.
Mhm.
As the year he got benched or Tannehill. But I'll talk on Mariota in a minute. I think this is a game where the Panthers beat that Browns team. And it just makes no sense. It's one of those random, bizarre Jaguars beat this team week 1 style football games.
I just think it's gonna be a Nick Chubb Kareem Hunt the Nick Chubb Kareem Hunt show.
Jeremy
Their
Chin's gonna be
run
in that. Jeremy Chin is gonna run safety. He's gonna be in that box, man. I think I can see him stuffing the run of
Yeah,
Burns and Derek
like I
Brown.
just said on their numbers, their run defense wasn't that good last year. It was their pass defense that really showed up. So we'll see.
Well,
Nick
to
Chubb
stop
and
last season, I'm pretty sure they're stuffing the run to begin the year. Like, no, none of the teams they're kind of crappy they're playing could run the football on them
in
at
Carolina.
all. I remember Brett Coleman making a video on it. No one could run Carolina the first 4 weeks, and then they played Dallas, and Dallas like absolutely took off of
Well,
Pollard.
that was also where Sam Darnold balled out the first 4 games of the season, and then he completely fell off the
He
cliff.
didn't really. I'll be honest. He just won them games that they should have won. I don't think they started 3-0 not because
Well,
of him.
there was a lot of people being like, "Oh, Sam Darnold just finally
Oh,
showed that he
I
wasn't."
was one of them saying, look, but yeah, you're right. I mean, Bob McAdoo, is he going to be the one to save Baker and him? No. Sam
No,
Darnold is
listen,
probably
I
broken from his
agree.
time.
I don't think this is a long term answer for Baker. I don't think Baker really wants to be in Carolina. I think he saw that he just wanted to get the hell out of Cleveland, and the other teams weren't willing to trade for him because they didn't want that salary cap hit. I think Baker. I think Baker wanted to start this season. I think he wants to play this season. So I think he was like, "Crap, training camps are about to start. I got to get in there now because I don't know how long Cleveland's going to hold on to me for and when they're going to cut me. And then maybe it's 2 weeks into August and now I'm 2 weeks out from the regular season. I got to learn all this stuff. I missed OTAs. I missed mini camps. I missed all this stuff. So I think he just wanted to get in there and get on a team because I think Seattle would have picked him up. I know Pete Carroll or whoever Seattle said like to people, we didn't really have the interest in Baker. I think that's a bunch of bull crap because
Baker doesn't make them a playoff team, and they're not trying to make the playoffs, even if he does. They're trying to get top pick in the draft. I
the
think next
Seahawks.
year, yeah, man. I mean, it's like Jimmy G. Do you want to take in Jimmy G if he's going to win you 8 or 9 games and maybe get you into the playoffs when you
Well,
can
we
instead get top three pick
again
and an
we
elite
diametrically
quarterback?
disagree. We're on two different sides when it comes to Baker Mayfield.